Hi, my name is Guido Lavorata, and school is not in session right now, and we're doing remote learning on Google Classroom. Um, anyway, I really miss all of you, and I wish that we didn't have this happen to our world. I've received some emails from your parents uh, asking me, telling me that your instruments were out of tune. So I would like, if your parents are accomplished musicians, then certainly they should be able to tune your instrument with no problem. If you have a relative that's an accomplished musician, certainly they could tune your instruments. If not, if you don't have those resources, then I would call around, have your parents call around neighbors and see if there is someone in junior high orchestra or high school orchestra. They would be able to tune your instrument. They would certainly be qualified to tune your instrument. If that's not available to you, then I would call a local music store. If they sell stringed instruments, then certainly somebody on staff will be able to tune your instruments. So I'm making this little video to try to help a little bit. And the first thing you'll need is a tuning app. Now, everyone that tries to tunes their instrument needs a tuner. And so you could Google chromatic tuners, and and a lot of them are free apps, and you just download it onto your device, your phone or your tablet. So I'm going to show you the app that I use. It's a free app. Unfortunately, it's only for iPhones, but like I said, you go on Google, you'll be able to find any chromatic tuner will work. Okay, so to find the one that I'm using, you go to the App Store and you type here in the search, you type in PLUSADD, and it comes up plus add, comma, incorporated. You push on that, and there you have the apps that I use. The blue one has a little subscription to it, but you don't need the blue one, so I just select the first one here, and I click on open and download it onto your device, and I downloaded it onto my phone right here. Now there are two buttons. This is the speaker button. This is the tuning fork button. If you press the speaker button, you're going to hear A. Now, usually we start with A because that is the string that we all have in common. All of our stringed instruments have an A, so we start with A. Now, make sure that it says A, and then below it, it says 440. Okay? The 440 means 440 vibrations per second. So that A is making 440 vibrations per second. Okay, so we want to make sure that we all have it set to 440. If it's not set to 440, there is a calibrating buttons. There's a plus button that'll bring it up. 441, 42, 45, 448, 450. We want to bring it down, minus button, press the minus button, bring it back down to 440, 46, 445, 443, 441, 440. Okay. So now I like to use the tuning fork when I'm tuning. But it picks up everything. So you need to be in a quiet room, and you must not talk because it picks up your voice going back and forth. I'll show you how to use this later. However, right now, before we start tuning, we need to be familiar with the musical alphabet. So try singing the musical alphabet frontwards. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. You notice something? There's no H in the musical alphabet, okay? Sing it backwards. G, F, E, D, C, B, A, 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 G, F, E, D, C, B, A. It's important that you know that frontwards and backwards. Okay, so now we'll tune your instruments. I'm going to start with only teaching you to tune with the fine tuners, and then later I'll show you how to tune with the tuning pegs. Okay, here I'm going to show you how to use the fine tuners for the cello. The first string is A, just like the viola. It has the same order of strings like the viola. First one is A. You see the needle's all the way to the right. We need to get the needle to the left, so I'm going to turn my fine tuners to the left. Okay, the next string is a D. The needle's all the way to the right. I need to get it to the left, so I move the fine tuners to the left. Okay, the next string is a G. The needle's all the way to the left. I need to get it to the right, so I need to move the fine tuners to the right. Okay, and then the last string is a C. It's to the left. I need to get it to the right, so I move the fine tuners to the right. Okay, so now we have that we use the fine tuners but now let's look at adjusting the tuning pegs. Now this is a D, but I'm going to purposely get it out of tune. So now it's not a D anymore. How do we hear a D? Well, we could play D on the piano. And or if we don't have a piano, we could play D on the app here, right there. So I'm going to adjust the tuning peg to the right. I'm going to turn it to the right. Now to get it accurate, we need to look at the meter. Okay, and let's put the tuning fork on. It's almost perfect. I just need to get the needle to the right a little bit, so I'm going to move the fine tuner. I'm going to turn the fine tuner to the right. And there you go. That's how we tune the cello. So you notice that the cello, I used a combination of the fine tuners and a combination of the tuning pegs to get the D. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I made this video so that you know that tuning your instrument is a skill that requires lots of practice. The first step is to train your ear to memorize how your strings should sound. So after the end of this video, you will hear the song Four String Fun. While the metronome is playing, I would like for you to point to the notes and sing the letter names. This will train your ear to memorize how your string should sound. So now if you're playing and your string doesn't sound quite right, like it goes with the metronome, then there's a good chance that your instrument needs to be tuned. Now I understand that remote learning and social distancing is going to make it difficult to find somebody qualified to tune your instrument. So I made this video so that you understand that tuning your instrument requires an adult to do it for you. Please don't you do it. And it also is difficult. And you run the risk of breaking a string, which costs money. So anyway, I hope that you could get your instrument in tuned. Remember that when you play Four String Fun, the violins and the basses will start off first. They'll play G, 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 G. When they start playing D, the violas and the cello will play A. And when you play two different notes at the same time, you are harmonizing, and it makes the orchestra sound so beautiful. Remember, your instrument is your closest friend. And as you learn the musical language, your conversations with your closest friend become more and more interesting. Enjoy practicing, enjoy playing, please stay healthy, and I can't wait for our orchestra to get back together and so that we could play beautiful music again. But keep practicing. Remember, you're still in school, and even though we're doing remote learning, you're still in school, and I still want you to keep practicing so we don't forget all that we've learned this year. I can't wait to get back together again. Thank you.